The first Raw after SummerSlam 2026 gave WWE fans a moment nobody expected. After ending their legendary 14-year rivalry, Roman Reigns stood in the middle of the ring and referred to Seth Rollins as his brother. It was a simple statement, but it immediately sparked speculation throughout the WWE universe. Roman Reigns had just survived one of the toughest battles of his career. His SummerSlam victory over Seth Rollins finally settled a rivalry that had defined an entire generation of WWE fans. For years, these two men were connected through friendship, betrayal, championships, and unforgettable battles. But on this night, there was something different in Roman's voice. There was no anger. There was no resentment. There was only respect. Standing in Des Moines, Iowa, Seth Rollins' home state, Roman allowed the crowd to celebrate the visionary. He acknowledged everything they had been through together and reminded the world that before they were rivals, they were brothers in the Shield. That moment has led many fans to wonder whether Roman Reigns could be considering something nobody ever imagined. What if the tribal chief wants Seth Rollins beside him instead of against him? Roman has spent months rebuilding the bloodline. He welcomed Jacob Fatu into the family and worked to bring Solo Sikoa back into the fold. Every move has been focused on strengthening his position at the top of WWE. Yet despite all those additions, there remains one superstar who has always stood as Roman's greatest equal. That man is Seth Rollins. No competitor has challenged Roman Reigns more consistently over the past decade. Time and time again, Rollins found ways to outsmart him, frustrate him, and push him beyond his limits. Even when Roman dominated the WWE landscape, Seth remained the one opponent capable of shaking his confidence. Now that their rivalry appears finished, Roman may see an opportunity. Imagine the impact if Seth Rollins stood alongside Roman Reigns. Instead of leading separate factions, they would combine their experience, intelligence, and influence into one unstoppable force. The Bloodline would gain one of the most accomplished superstars of the modern era, while Seth would gain the protection and power that comes with standing beside the tribal chief. The timing is also interesting. LA Knight continues demanding championship opportunities. Solo Sikoa is still trying to prove his loyalty. Jacob Fatu has become one of the most dangerous men in WWE. The Bloodline is stronger than ever. But Roman is always looking ahead. He understands that staying on top requires evolution, and adding Seth Rollins would represent the biggest evolution yet. There were also several subtle references to the Shield throughout SummerSlam weekend. Seth Rollins paid tribute to Dean Ambrose during his entrance. Roman responded with references of his own during the match. It felt like both men were honoring the group that launched their careers, while also bringing closure to their shared history. Perhaps that closure is opening the door to something new. Of course, convincing Seth Rollins would not be easy. Their history is filled with betrayal, broken trust, and years of competition. Rollins has built his identity around standing on his own terms, and joining the Bloodline would be one of the most surprising decisions of his career. Still, Roman's comments on Raw suggest that the respect between them has never been stronger. The tribal chief no longer sees Seth Rollins as an enemy. He sees him as a brother. And if Roman truly believes that family comes before everything else, then Seth Rollins might be the next superstar to receive an invitation into WWE's most powerful dynasty. Whether it happens or not, one thing is certain. The relationship between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins has entered a completely new chapter, and the future of the Bloodline may depend on what happens next. As SummerSlam fallout continues and new challengers emerge, all eyes will remain on Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and the possibility that WWE could reunite two former Shield brothers in a way nobody ever expected. The Bloodline may already be dominant, but if the architect joins the family, the entire WWE landscape could change forever.